again. So I'm still going through some of the products that some of my customers purchased during the Masterclass tutorials and the fun and the games and the competitions and all that good stuff. So what I'm going to go through now is one of the new kits I got. It's the new contouring kit. So it's a 2-pack with a dark and a lighter color. So you highlight and you do your darker shading. I'm going to do blush because that goes hand in hand with all of that. And I'm going to put a little bit of pearlizer on as well. I'm going to put a little bit more on because I do have a little bit on already. I've done my skincare. I've put my silk base on. So that's your primer. Fills in all those little holes and gaps and big pores and all that good stuff. So it makes your makeup easier to apply, lasts longer, moisturizes underneath, even though all your makeup has nutrients in them anyway. But it's just super beautiful. Okay, what I'm going to start with is blush. I do start with my blush generally. So let's do that. So we have Blush Sense. Blush Sense is this beautiful little packet that you only need a pin drop of product. And you pop that on, a few little dots, and then you brush it in. So you want to bring your face up. So you want to do your highlights where the light hits. You want to do your shadows where the shadows hit. Now I've got light coming from everywhere, so it's probably going to be a little bit hard for you to tell where my shadows are, but you'll see it anyway. So literally going, way too much. So that could do about 70 faces, but that's okay. I'm a consultant, so I can buy it anytime for a discount. All right. So I have a specific brush I like to use for my blushes, and I have a highlighting brush as well. So this is the brush I use. It happens to be a SeneGence brush. But see, you really, it's the tiniest bit. Just dab it just on the top of your cheek and then just rub it up. It's very subtle, very subtle. And just keep going. If you want a little bit more, you can have a little bit more. I'll show you how to do it a different way on the other side. Now, I generally do a dark layer. I like it quite bright, and then I put my medium translucent powder over the top. And that just gives you that airbrushed look, and it just dulls down the boldness of your makeup. So you can also use your finger, grab a little bit, and just dot it. Dot it up there. You can barely see that, but I've dotted it up there. Use your brush. Nice oval. I mean, I could probably go with a smaller brush, but this is the one I like to use. And just nice and high. See, this one is a little bit darker, but that's okay. Because also, don't forget, it may look really bright now, but once you've put your eyes on and your lips on, it will make it look a lot more subtle. So don't be deterred if you're putting this on and you're going, oh my God, I look like I belong at King's Cross. You don't. And you can always dull it down. We have a clear translucent powder as well. And one of you did purchase that. And you can just pop that over the top and it'll just set it all. I mean, this all sets anyway. Once it's all set, it's not going anywhere until you take it off. But yeah, you can put your powder over the top and just gives it that airbrush look over the top. So it's all nice and shiny. It's beautiful. Beautiful. Message. My son's told me he's busted himself out of class. That's fabulous. That's what every mother loves to hear. Let's reply. Oh, no. I snuck out of science. I know who his science teacher is too. Little shithead. Why? What you doing, bro? Anyway, let's keep moving. So now I'm going to do the... Comes in this little awesome gift bag. So it's a little bag. It's nice and, you know, satin, SeneGence in there. And you've got... This is the light set. So this is the super light and this is the darker shade. Now you can use some of our shadow scents as a bronzer or a darker contour, or you can use the bronzing lotions and all that sort of stuff. There's so many things you can do. Everything's universal with SeneGence. You can even put shadow scents on your lips. It's amazing. Anyway, and I only said that because this reminds me of Mocha Java Shimmer, which is a beautiful colour, and you can use that. Anyway, so let's go with these. Now, they do set. You do have a certain amount of time to use them, so don't do all your shadows and then try and brush it in, because you'll find that it's not going to move and you're going to end up with this line. So, just kidding, they let us outside. Anyway, so just when you think you're at home on your own, not being disturbed by anybody, and it's just constant. Anyway, so let's bust this open. Now, you can draw a line with this. That's what it's designed for. You can put a brush on it and rub it on, but all right. How do we contour? Well, like I said, you do the shadow bits. Back in the day, you do under there. I still do it long. I don't do it all the way to here because that looks ridiculous. But I do follow this line just under here, like that. But I have quite a deep jaw there, so I actually go all the way out like this and in there. And I'll do the other side. Right under that bone there. Go in like a triangle. All right. Let's quickly... Don't worry if it looks like, yep, pat it right under that cheekbone. Don't worry if it looks a bit dirty to start with. Once you've got all your other stuff on, it'll look beautiful. So you can barely even tell. Just blend it in a little bit. If you want to use a clean brush just to blend that out a little bit more, you can do that. But I'm going to put my translucent powder over the top anyway. So it's just to give the illusion of a deeper shadow right under there. There we go. See how I'm stopping before my cheekbone comes out to its biggest point? I'm just stopping there. I am still, but that's how you can find your gap. All right. See, that one was better. That one had a bit less product on it. So we'll do that next time. So, but that's not all you can do with your bronzer, which I have lost. Oh no, here we go. And this is the light. I am a medium tone in my foundation. I'm actually a light in my concealer as well, to be completely honest. I found the medium a little bit too dark, and it wasn't quite the right tone for my skin. But don't forget, summer's coming. So if you get a little bit tanned, you might want more, or you might not want to contour at all because you've already got that beautiful glow. So you might just want to do some highlighting. So with your contouring, shadow hits there, right? And here, now I have a pointy nose. I don't want to draw people's eye to the pointy long nose. When you're contouring, generally, I'm going to use a smaller brush for in here before it gets dried. You can't even tell because the light hits here and here. So you don't want your contouring bronzer to be in these spots here. Nose. So generally when you're contouring, you put your highlighter right down there, nice thin line, and you put your bronzer to the side. And that gives you the illusion of a longer and a smaller nose. Mine's already pointy and long. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight a wider space at the top. And then I'm going to put my bronzer a little bit further out. And that will give the illusion of a wider nose. Now, I'm not going to put a lot on. I'm going to wipe some of that off because I don't want it very obvious. And I want a bit down there. Oops, I don't want it there. Yes, I do. All right, so that, and you can barely see it at the moment because shadow, right? I'm going to blend it down, but you don't want it to go past there because we're going to highlight that. Best way to use the SeneGence, well, any makeup really, is rub and dab. So you're stippling. You're stippling it in onto the skin. So you can't even see it. Can't even see it. But when you've got your highlighter on, you'll see it. The next part, you don't have to, it just gives you a bit more colour. Now I watched a YouTube video or TikTok or something, and there's a girl who does her number 3, right? That's technically what I'm going to do, but it's really it is. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do like a widow's peak here, and we're just going to go around the outside. That's way too much. I'm going to look like, oh, don't want that there. Oh, dirty now. All right, so we're going to do up there. What I'm actually going to do is rub some of that off because that is going to kill me. All right. Bronzer brush. So just down here, because this is natural shadow, right? I mean, it's right on your hairline, so you want to go into your hair. I don't really care much about having it in my hair, so you're just blending it down here because you're going to highlight this bit here. So it's just the outskirts. Doorbell. They'll leave it. All right. Okay. Freaking dogs. All right. One last spot. So I know some people are afraid to contour here, but I like to. So what I'm going to do is, it's very slight. It's not a lot at all. You really don't need a lot. What this does is, it's an optical illusion. All right, I have to get this. Sorry, doorman. Persistent. Anyway. Okay, so I was just doing under here. Gives you the illusion of a more defined jawline. So if you've got jowls or whatever, yeah, a bit droopy because, I'm old too. It's just there. You don't go down your neck. It blends in naturally. I mean, you're not going to be doing this so people can see. They're going to be looking, well, they look down at me because I'm short. But, they'll see a bit of shadow. It's just an illusion. You don't have to, but I like to. So that is your bronzing contouring. This is your light highlighter. So what we're going to do with this is we're going to wipe it off and we're going to go down the nose, a bit on the end, a bit wider because long nose. All right, that means I need another fluffy brush because I don't want to use the same brush. Which is the best one? All right. Oh, shit. Oh, bugger. Oh, dear. All right, this one. That one. I'll go with this one. All right, so see, it's setting already. Bit of shine. There you go. Done deal. Yeah, that looks like it's a line, but it's the light. Here I am trying to blend in this line thinking it's set, but no, it's the light. So yeah, so that's your highlight. Makes it look a bit wider. If you want, my shadow here is a bit off in this light. It'll look fine anywhere else probably. But yeah, you do a little round bit here. You can do a small one if you want to make your nose look smaller. You can do a bigger one if you want to give the illusion that your nose is wider. So what else I do with my highlighter is my Cupid's peak. Just here. Let it down there. Even here. You don't have to, but you can. That's too much, but it doesn't matter. There you go. I haven't got my lips on yet, so it doesn't really matter. Blend that out. Okay. Okay. Now, I don't see a lot of people doing this anymore. I still do it. Light hits here. So you want to highlight that. Go again. And don't forget, once you've done this, it'll set for the whole day. It's not going anywhere. There you go. And if you think you need a bit more shadow in there, do it. I mean, I won't even need any product on my shadow brush because it's probably still got product. There you go. If that's too bright. Okay. So here. Because you've done your bronzing, a bit of light down here. Not much. Just enough that it's a bit of a colour change. Yep. But you do need to blend it in. Blend it in with my foundation brush. See how you've got colour change? There we go. Okay, eyes! So I already have a bit of pearlizer on, but I'm going to do the highlight as if I don't. So all the way along and down here like a triangle. All right. I do all the way along. I will put my pearlizer over there because I have high cheekbones and it goes over the top. So this is what, you can use a brush, you can use your finger. Our eye illuminator is perfect for this. So it is our eye cream. So it gives you long-lasting moisture with pearlizer. Now the pearlizer actually reflects your light. So anything light, this as well. I mean, I prefer that side to this side. So I'll leave it and see what it looks like later. Compare. So I've got it all the way along the top and down here. But I'm going to want to blend that in because that's a little bit too far. There we go. So to me, this one is just more illuminating, whereas this one, I don't know, it's not as smooth and nice. So what I did was I mixed my colour correcting tinted moisturiser with my pearlizer. Just because I don't have the eye illuminator at the moment, it sold out and I have it on order. So yeah, now you can do here, but I've got pearlizer there and I like it that way. So what we're going to do now is we're just going to do this bit. Light hits here. Yes, it does. You can do here if you want. Just to define the brows a bit more. I've got to remember which brush I use. There we go. There we go. Doesn't need to be that low. Okay. Here. Shut up. Seriously. Freaking dog. Okay. There we go. All blended in. You've got to blend it in. You don't want two separate colours. So we're blending that in. There we go. Got our eyes done, our cheeks done, our contouring done. We've got all our highlighting done. Blend that in a bit. Beautiful. All right. Now I'm going to put, I shouldn't because it looks fine, but I'm going to put my powder over the top, my translucent powder. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this brush because it's not as harsh. I do like to really get my powder in there. See how it instantly gives you that airbrush look. It's not as raw. It just airbrushes it all in. It blends it a bit more. So there's just no differentiation between your colours. So any harsh lines you had, you don't have them anymore. That's when blending this comes into play. You're just blending that with your powder. Okay. And your pearlizer will pearl and will shine under your powder. See how it's still shining? I've got it right here. You can see it. Well, yeah, you can see it because I'm in the mirror. It looks different. You can see this. And that's not even pearlizer. That's just, you know, yeah, so pearlizer on this side here, which you can see shining, as opposed to this is a bit more matte. So I really like that. And just here and here. So you can pearlize anywhere. You can pearlize your lips if you want to do it that way. You can pearl your whole eyelid. You can put your shadow sense on and then put a bit of pearl in the middle or on the edge or in the, you know, in the corner of your eye. So many things you can do. Okay, well, that was quite long for contouring. So that took a long time, but it is so easy. If I was doing it by myself, I would have quickly done that, and then blended it in. And anything that was too harsh a line, I just would have fixed it later. So that is as easy as it is. So if you want a contouring kit, message me and I'll even send you a personal instruction if you like. We could do a meeting or video chat or something and I'll help you through it. So that's it from me and I will see you next time for eyes. Bye.